Good morning, traders. Right, I'm only making this video as an afterthought because it's a new idea, and if I don't share new ideas when they crop up, I often forget to share them at all. But I never forget the ideas because I'm so tuned into my charts and always learning. As I said in a video yesterday, there are hundreds, dozens, tens, scores, whatever, of new ways of trading these indicators. It occurred to me just now when I was thinking about making a new video, that that I can almost look at these and take the trades without them. I've said it many times before, but I really mean it. More so than perhaps the dashboard, although the dashboard has got dozens of new nuances, new ideas that keep coming to me every day as well. Um, so, as I say a lot, actually, I just love drawing my trend lines. Connecting a high that creates a new low. That's a new low, so we can connect these two, which means when price is above here, the sellers rather, have been overwhelmed by the buyers. Anyway, I'll get onto my new idea. This is probably going to get taken out. What I would normally do, because this is 1% of the trade now, pennies. What I normally do is bring this down and give it room to breathe. But you know, it's an idea, it's a thought. But and I like runners running because it keeps me tuned into what I'm looking at. It's just the way my brain works. You know, we all have different ways of doing things. Some people have multiple charts up. I don't. I have one chart for this, and occasionally open another screen for entertainment. You know, watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. Mostly trading videos, though, of course. My own, actually, because I learned so much from my old videos. It's crazy. So, this has come about as a result of looking at this, because this is all grey. We want red. This was grey, turned green, and what I'd done, it was turning green. And green is like, is is so much more positive than having grey in a short. I haven't got the green scenario here. Let's take the scroll off and look at an example. What am I looking for? Green at the momentum long is falling off. I really need a good example, and I can't see. We've got loads of little iffy examples here. There's one. Where price has started moving up, but it's not actually green, strong green. This is what I'm trying to sort of talk about here. So at the busy time of day, which we are now, between the Frankfurt Open and the UK Open, any sign of green, this is old, obviously this isn't now, should be a really strong signal. Even just turning green on an M5 means potentially we've got a good looking possibility. We've changed, that's what that flick was. I wonder what that was. We changed pairs, so it doesn't matter. Get back to gold and watch that. So my point being, at this time of the morning, this time between two sessions, that starts to turn green. I drop down to M1 because the green on the M5, turning green is what I'm trying to say, on the M5 is a really good indicator that, as opposed to just staying grey all the time. That's a better example there, actually, right in front of my eyes. Oh, it's only 1 minute. It's nice. What time frames? Half asleep still. So, drop down to M1, and as you can see, I've got my RSI histo momentum arrow because it's busted the 17 level. it says 20 on here, but I use 17 on the indicator because I'm mainly trading M1. And if I'm on M5, then I will. I realise that I'm still 17. M5 is a fast time frame, so that's good enough still to enter. But anything higher, then I really want to start looking nearer 1920 back up again. But I have no idea how the guy came about with the 20 level, how he calculated that. As far as I'm concerned, for me, it's an arbitrary level. You know, I've tested 15, 11, 10, 13, everything. You know, everything between 10 and 20, and above 20 actually. But anyway, that's another point. I digress. So this new nuance, if you like, this is going to get taken out. But having said that, I made a video and I think I've cancelled it, but I may have uploaded one with this new sort of thought process in. Pullbacks are opportunities for new trades. I love them. I love them getting taken out. I love my losses. That used to be a saying, actually. Love your losses, because you've got to take the hits in order to stay profitable. You know, accept the losses. You know, even if they're full-sized, and move on and find another trade and just keep ploughing on, because your win rate, as long as you're about 1 to 1. You can be a little bit less if you're winning 9 out of 10 trades, of course. Do the maths. You are just keep plodding on. Never, ever, ever, ever revenge trade. Sorry, I'm going off topic again. I will close the video with a on-topic close, as it were, end. So yeah, never revenge trade. Always plan your trades. If you're having a bit of a losing streak, just stop. Because obviously the adrenaline and the anxiety, the stress is affecting your trading. Because why would you have a run of, you know, nine winners out of 10 and then have a run of 4 or 5 losers out of 5? So bad. Identify the problem in your head and deal with it. Anyway, this was a 7-pip trade. It went up to about 12 or 13 pips from my entry, I think. The other thought on this one was stop hunt. You know, talked about this before. People that are in this short trade, that you know, they've written the algos to cane those people, and in other words, they'll have their stops up here somewhere. So that was my thought process with my initial target, my 99% target, as it were, and then the final target for this particular trade is today's daily open. So because we know price loves that level so much. So if this gets taken out, then I'll just wait for another potential opportunity. This is not excuse me, oh dear. This is not trade advice. Never ever get involved with my trades. And because I've said I might go long, that depends whether I'm driving. I've just been shopping between my first trades and nice fresh bread. And here we go. We're going to get stopped out on this for pennies, as I say, compared to what the real trade value was. So, and as you can see, this is a 2B reversal. If this reverses long at some stage, it will be a 1, 2, 3 high low. But back to my recent observation, this was an absolute slam dunk. And these, you know, we could use these as well. So as opposed to waiting for the bust, pullback, break and close, which we didn't get an official one here, this isn't right, because that is the bust, that's the pullback. We need the break and close is not a break and close above the 20 level, although that is another possible observation for more advanced people doing what I do. But the proper break and close is the bust up there, pull back and close above the bust, because what that's telling me is that the second move after the pullback is stronger momentum than the first initial boom, as it were, bust. But you can see this is massively powerful, so it's highly unlikely, although that isn't an observation I've just made on the cuff, off the cuff, while making this video. Never really thought of this before. That massive move is not likely to get a stronger momentum move with the next move. But if it does, if we have one eye on this for the future, as it were, if it does, we have this massive move, and then we do get a massive second move above there, then we should bet the house on it, as it were. And I'm saying that tongue in cheek because you should never ever break your standard trading plan. Never change your trade size just because you like the look of something. It's not the way. All you got to do is just keep plugging away with your original, excuse me, plan to trade. So there you have it. That is like, oh my god, yeah, all over this like a rash. Use the lower time frame. That you know, that you should not consider even thinking about going long while it's that color. There are caveats to that, time of day and everything. You know, the indicators, people say indicators lag. Well, to an extent, if it's a really busy time of day, they will lag slightly. TMA is actually worse, slightly worse than the RSI. But once you understand how all three work, you know, all three green there, what you going to do? Hit it. All three green. I love those. There was a phase when I was doing 2 and 2, or the break of the zero. You know, you can never stop learning from this, and then drop down the time frame, and you'll probably see that as a perfect 1 minute bust, pullback, break, and close. But here, this was turning green, and we've got a hammer candle there as well. So let's drop down to the M1. There's the vertical on the jobby, and as you can see, that was exactly what I wanted to see there. I could draw a descending trend line through these. There's another little hammer down there, or doji if you want to call it that, to be a purist. And it just get taken out now. And no, you know, there's no reason this should go up. It's absolutely horrid for longs. So you know, you can. I don't want to go short, but it's horrid for longs. So it'll come. It'll turn itself around. It's 2 minutes past 8 now, so the UK session has started, and things should be happening. Might as well have a little word about pound yen. I'll put a tweet up about that, a post up about that, so you guys will have seen that. I mean, this was just a crazy move this morning. M15, that was over 130 pips. No obvious reason for it, unless Iran have pressed some sort of button. You know, all this nuclear news going around. I couldn't fail to see it on my Twitter feed. I don't watch the news, don't listen to the news, don't watch the TV. Mainstream media is just lies. The older you get, the more you realise that it's a complete waste of time. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing we can do about it. Even millions of us turning out on the streets makes no difference to any of these politicians these days. They're all just corrupt, which is why if something happens tomorrow, it happens, doesn't it? There's no sense worrying about these things. It's sad for the people that are actually affected, like Kiev and whatnot, Kyiv and all the other places that wars are going on. It's horrible, but there's nothing I can do about it. So same with trading, really, you know. But anyway, that was over 130 pips in a few minutes. Just crazy. Our trigger told us. I was actually making coffee at the time, and the dashboard hadn't lit up, so I wouldn't have been. I hadn't. You know, I don't hunt for trades. I'll just open trades at time of day. 6:30 is not a time that I would really be interested in trading. I've made my money. I've made my money this morning twice. And 3 times with that gold trade. So I'm not, one trade is enough for me. That's my day's work done. But anything else is a bit of a bonus. And I think that is the way, you know, you have to treat trading. I've done and made every mistake known to man. There's a trend line there. Gold just got taken out. So I did think about maybe a long on this, but it's not safe. It's not safe at all. So what was I talking about? Yeah, GJ. So that was a perfect trade. But I should explain, although all the traders, real good traders I know, tend to live by the mantra, if it ticks all the boxes, then take the trade. And this didn't tick all the boxes for me. It was a perfect looking trade on the charts, but the time was totally wrong. What time was this actually? It's a 15-minute chart, so they are going to look all over the place. 5:45. I mean, that's not a good time to consider trading. 6 o'clock, the H4 is fairly good, but that H4, I forget what they call that, dark cloud cover or something like that. It's not an engulfing bar, but it's below the 6. You can see, eyeball it, and you know it's below the 50%. Probably broken the 68 point, whatever it is, 2% fib as well. A long time since I've really studied fibs. So that is, by all accounts, a bearish signal. Probably taken out stops here. Probably tested this open and close level here. Sorry, I'm rambling on again, but people are saying that they're quite enjoying my rambles. So that's the open. Hearing how I think. So that slaps straight into that supply and demand area, or line chart level, whatever way you want to look at it, and and then just crashed. But it wouldn't have really been on my radar. But maybe I've identified another thing to watch for: dark cloud cover, or whatever they call that. Half engulfing, call it, I suppose. Deep engulfing. No, it's not. Half engulfing would be it. It's broken through levels. You can look at the lower time frames. It'll probably be a 3CR. It wasn't, but again, line chart levels. It's broken the low of that support level with this candle here, and then just gone. So we can look at multi-time frames and make up plans. But the main reason that didn't interest me, apart from the fact that I wasn't in front of my charts, but I wouldn't really have been planning for a short trade there. Actually, I remember looking at UJ and thinking that looks a little bit weak. We can look at UJ as well. I did look at UJ there. It was, well, let's put the vertical on the right time on the GJ. So UJ did look like it was bearish at that point, I remember thinking, there. But long and short story of that is, it went down roughly to the daily open as well. I don't really want to be shorting. That's right, I remember now. I was looking at this and thinking, I want that to turn green. Actually, this is possibly a good possible long here, actually. Yeah, we've turned green. I prefer to trade GJ than UJ because it moves faster. I cannot stand looking at a move on UJ and it's moved 3 pips. Look, it's 3 pips. I mean, it's just annoying, really. I don't like. I know I talk about it, and I will if it looks like a slam dunk to a level that I'm, especially now I'm scalping these stop hunts, as it were. Like that level there, people have got into the short, and the algos will target that high. Put a level on it, yellow. Where is my yellow? Snap to. The algos know people have shorted around there, and there you are. It's taken out the high. That wasn't. That wasn't cherry picked there. So yeah, I was waiting and looking and thinking, yeah, remember what I just said? Pullbacks are new opportunities. MACD is the best thing I've put on my charts for a long time, after the TMA and after the RSI. I did have 2 or 3 of them, but it was pointless having 2 time. That's 1 time frame higher. It's pointless having 2 time frames higher. It's just not sensible, really. Some can use it. I did use it quite well for a while, but it was also a little bit detrimental. Whereas this isn't. This is just everything is positive about this for me as a scalper. So yeah, I'll put that on the higher time frame because to see whether the higher time frame it fascinates me. Let's have a look at H1 as well. H1 high will be the same there. Actually, it's not, is it? They're all different by the looks of it. 3 different levels, and it's busted all 3. So yeah, I discounted GJ. I might have just flicked on it because it makes at that point. And let's have a look at M15 and compare UJ and GJ. There's news. I haven't even looked at news today because I didn't need to. I traded way before 7 or 8 o'clock when the news actually hits. I did look on Monday. So what was I doing on here? I'm looking, that's it, yeah, comparing UJ and GJ. UJ is above 0. GJ was horrendously below 0. So for me, that was on the yen pairs. I don't want to see conflicts. I don't want to see him telling me different things down here. So I steered clear. Again, that was probably the reason I wasn't even thinking about GJ for shorts. All I want to do is see them go long again because they were so powerful yesterday. Although we do get pullbacks, and you have to start thinking about these things, but I try not to think too much about what happens yesterday and today and all that. Apart from recent candles, I did post recent candles yesterday and said there's a good chance those monster candles, like, well, no, that's D1. That's yesterday's candle. There's the big candle I was thinking of. Monster yen pair candles. Where's the GJ? Yep, there it is there. They were at supply and demand levels again, as we can see, and it was highly likely they would do something like this. But UJ tends to be like a steam train. When you know, there you are. That is a great example. I didn't cherry pick this. They're not always, these big candles don't always reverse. And this one, there wasn't a valid entry there. You can see that. There's just a tiny little wick there. So, you know, you have to keep studying these things, guys. Look at that. Christ. Excuse my French. Inside bar, and then it's just monster taken off this morning. Yen. Pound yen. Pound has obviously had some disastrous news at some stage. It's just crashed, which is why the yen, UJ and GJ diverged, and with some sort of massive pound event like that, I would not want to really be trying to catch that falling knife. So sorry guys, I've gone way off my little topic. I did say I'd end with on-topic conversation. And we were looking at the gold, weren't we, on the M15, and we were M5 rather, I do apologise, and I was looking at that, and it hadn't closed. I wasn't waiting for it to close, remember. I was looking at it, it was flickering green, which is good enough for me to drop down, and the point being, it enabled me to get in at the right at the start of the move with swing 3, swing 1, swing 2, swing 3. Remember, a 3CR is swing 4, 5 is the entry. So this is where things are improving. I'm getting faster entries, but there's loads of other stuff as well, and I don't want to ramble on too much about too many different things. The point of this video was that fast entry when the color starts to change, and it works in the downside, it works on every time frame. What I want, I said in a previous video, I'm trying to work out why this price will still rise when this is grey and this isn't giving me any decent indicators either. So I'm trying to teach myself what is going on with this, and that's where this latest little nuance came from. This is an early warning, if you like, when it's flickering green, or it's effectively flickered red there, because that hadn't closed. That could turn grey again there, and that's it. But it's enabling me to scalp more and more, up, down and sideways, as I say all the time, so much faster. So this is important. Newer traders to what I do, and guys, if you're not making money, you're still a newer trader. If you're not actually consistently making money, then you need to just stick to the standard basic bust, pullback, break and close. That there is a perfect standard entry. Yeah, I thought my eyes were seeing weird things then. That was the close. This was the entry short, 22 pips. That is your, and that one there actually, you could have got in on that one. I do apologise. No arrows showing, or if it is, it's hidden under there, which you have to watch for, obviously. There is the bust. That red there is your bust. That's your pullback. That's your break and close. There is an arrow there actually, I do apologise. That is your break and close there. So that was your entry. Trade the low, the break of, bit of drawdown on that, 6 pips, and then it went 23.5 pips, thereabouts. So, novices, until you're profitable, stick with this, and you know, learn from all the other stuff. But that and the arrow, stick with that. All the more experienced stuff, look at that collapsing there, is for people that are consistently profitable. Just a heads up on that one. Okay, really long-winded video. Put my videos on twice speed because I do talk quite slowly, I think, anyway, and you'll get through them. Please do watch them. Don't bail on me, because one single word off the cuff made huge differences to my trading all the way through my journey to profitability and beyond. You know, I suggest you take that on board because it is important. Look at this go now. I mean, gold is just beautiful. I love gold. And gold is scary. People will say, oh, I don't trade gold, this, that and the other. Yeah, it is scary, but not when you are 29 pips. Not when you are totally confident with your process. And, you know, this is why indicators are so good. Bad indicators are crap. Good indicators are priceless. That's all there is to it. And, you know, these are 20 years in the making. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.